Okay, so in the previous example, we had a voucher of 1243, and we made a payment, and also we made and we voided the payment. So at this point, the voucher is back on the open item list. So you can see that the balance is back to $250.30. But how do we, let's say, we just want to just write it off without having to really issue another check. Okay, so void check is okay. If you need to reselect and process another payment with another check, just go through the other exercise, that we went through as far as select vouchers to be paid, and just key in a new check number and issue a new check, and that will go through and reduce the balance and so forth. But in this particular case, we want to just write off this invoice as though it is not a valid invoice. Let's say whatever the reason may be, it's no longer due to the vendor. Okay. So to do that, we would go through accounts payable vouchers entry, select the vendor again. Again, I'm going to use maybe issue a credit memo 1, 2, 3. Okay, credit memo. Invoice date again. Okay, hold on. I want to make sure it's the right amount. Okay, so you put in the same date. Okay, and in this case, we want to write off that invoice, that voucher, for the same amount, which is $250.30. But in this case, we want to put in a negative amount as a credit. Okay. Okay, so it's credit. Right off. Okay. And here's the piece where you need to also make sure that you keyed in the same amount against the same expense account. So by entering, the negative amount credit memo for this vendor and for this expense account, it should reduce the accounts payable balance by this amount, and it's also going to decrease the expense, the overall expense total for the year for that period by the same amount. Okay, so the key is to put a negative amount for the invoice and also for the expense account distribution in this section.